Both Rinky and Alex. You know, being a professional tennis player is certainly not an easy task. And over the last couple of years, these guys have been travelling around the world. At times, they've been living in a bubble, and it's been really hard for them. Also for their mental wellness. And I'd just like to have a little chat about how they've coped and what they've experienced over the last couple of years. Alex has had a terrific last 6 months. She's just won 2 ITF tournaments in Australia, and I've travelled a lot with Alex, and she is just a gorgeous human being, and I'm so grateful that you're involved, Alex, and you always say yes. Alex, you know, tell us what it was like. You know, you haven't been able to play that much in 2021, and then 2022, everyone got back on their feet. How great was it to be able to feel like you've worked really hard and then to have those wins? What has that done with your confidence? And tell us a little bit about that journey over the difficult time of COVID.
Yeah, it was quite difficult, like coming out of COVID. I guess we couldn't travel. And then when we could start traveling, I went to the States for a few tournaments and hurt my hand, and so I ended up only playing 6 tournaments last year in the whole calendar year, and then coming home and taking it slow at the beginning of this year. So to have like a good back half of like a full calendar 6 months was really great for me, and my confidence to build up through like the training and the matches was really good. But I guess like the confidence comes from your training and the work you put in before the tournaments, and then the results just follow.
I love it. Rinky, I mean, everyone saw what you did at the US Open, but things don't just happen overnight. You don't get to play Rafael Nadal just on a whim. Tell us what it's been like the last 2 years leading up to having that opportunity and playing Rafa at the US Open.
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy 2 years. I was actually in college this time 2 years ago. I was at University of North Carolina in the US. Absolutely loved it there, but after 2 years playing there, I kind of wanted to, test the waters a bit, playing professionally, and I felt like I was kind of ready at the time, and so I decided to take a semester off and pretty much went 5 months non-stop travel, just playing as much as I could. I think I played a lot of tournaments those 5 months, and ended up having a pretty good back end of 2021, and I told my coaches that I thought it was the right time for me to start playing full time. So it was a really tough choice for me to make to leave college. I had some of my best mates there, and loved the environment there, and decided it was time for me to try play full time. And then this year was my first full year playing, and again I would try to play as much as I could, just because I felt like I could learn, and felt like I was a little bit behind everyone who had been playing straight out of juniors. So I played a lot, and a lot of the weeks aren't glamorous. When you're playing futures, it's not easy. You're playing at some pretty scrappy venues with, it can be pretty tough sometimes, and then just to have that kind of hard work and perseverance pay off, and obviously having some bigger results and being able to get into some bigger tournaments at the back end of the year was pretty special to just kind of see all of that accumulate and kind of pay off.
Yeah, fantastic. Alex, tell me, what are the things, like when you're out there and you're travelling on your own, and perhaps you feel a little bit lonely or isolated if you don't have your travel mates or your workmates with you, what are the things that you might be able to talk to these young people and the young players how to deal with that situation?
I guess it's quite tough when you're traveling internationally to foreign places where you have no idea of the language, the food, the culture, the people, where to go, and you're on your own. Most of us travel in groups with a doubles partner or like a friend at the tournament, but then even then it can get lonely because you're stuck by yourself at a lot of tournaments. And with tennis, you're really persevering through each tournament and learning, as like being a tennis player, unless you're number 1 in the world, you're really not winning every week, and you're kind of like a learning curve with each tournament. There's a lot of wins, there's a lot of losses, and so I guess just sticking to what you do best and sticking to your process of your growth is what you have to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of time in between winning and losing and playing matches to reflect, and I guess it's really important that those times of reflection that you are really trying to think of those positive things that keep you going. Yes. Rinky, again, talking to the youngsters here, what's it like walking out onto one of the largest stadiums in the world and feeling that adrenaline rush and just going, how do I cope with my nerves in this situation? Because how were you feeling in the warm-up, and did your arm get a little bit weighted? Were you feeling a bit like, wow, this is an amazing opportunity, but I've got to cope as well with my nerves?
Yeah, I mean, I was probably the most nervous I've ever been. Yeah, it wasn't easy. I've never played in a stadium like that before, obviously against someone of that calibre. You know, it is tough when you grow up watching someone like that play and then all of a sudden you put up against them. It's not easy to try kind of put that out of your head. And as much as you go out there, you know, wanting to win and believing you can win, then there's always a part of you that doesn't want to go out there and get dusted in like 40 minutes. So
You weren't dusted, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've always been someone to kind of love the bigger stage, and I think, you know, it really did me wonders there, because after a little bit I really did love the occasion. You know, I love playing in front of big crowds, but yeah, I think it was just, I don't know, I really don't, it was a bit of it went by pretty quick, like, yeah, not too much thinking going on the first couple games, and I don't think I made a ball the first game of the match either, so that didn't really help, but it got a bit better on from there. So
yeah, because you won that set. You know, I was sitting there watching, and you did yourself incredibly proud. It's amazing when you're sitting down there and you're hoping someone does, you know, really well. I was looking at you, and you just were so like in your own kind of thoughts, and your mind. You look so positive. You look so relaxed as well. So yeah, amazing. I think it's really important that all these young players realise that, yeah, it is a test of resilience, isn't it, at times? And it's really just having good people around you, making sure that you're listening to good people, not listening to the other players that may be feeling down. You've got to help each other, but sometimes you've got to really find things that lift you up. But I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of you, Shuan, amazing. Rinky, Alex, who else was here? Alana, thank you so much. Alana just represented Australia in the Junior Billie Jean King Cup. Amazing. All you young girls, I saw you. You're brilliant. Like, that's something you guys will be, you know, headed towards. Keep playing, keep sharing, and it's an amazing sport. Sebastian, thank you. Diana, I want to say thank you. You've been fabulous in pulling this together alongside Helen, and the club here at Kooroora. I mean, I cannot say enough, because what we're doing today, we're going to help a whole bunch of kids or a whole bunch of adults that are struggling. You know, one mental health program, when you go to your GP and you get a 10-week program with a doctor, it costs $3,000 to the government. And for $3,000, we can go out and set up programs and help hundreds and hundreds of people. So we're very early preventative. You know, we're kind of at the front, and then obviously all those great conversations and those amazing mental health organisations are really at the cliff face, and we want to help people early on. So thank you everyone for coming and being involved. Spread the word. We only want to grow from here. We really have had a lot of wonderful people, wonderful companies kind of come on and want to help us. So yeah, I hope we grow, and I want to say thank you again. Thank you.